from Zion Law School. Okay, so here's where we're at. We're going to begin a new book. I haven't decided what the new book is. I'm talking about the free astrotheology course. I'm trying to decide between a book that's based upon astrology, or that will teach what astrology is, not the hocus pocus stuff you see in the newspaper, but the science of astrology that was used to create farmers' almanacs. So for those of you who religious people who may be nervous, just keep in mind that up until recent times, only recent times, everybody governed their lives using farmers' almanacs. And farmers' almanacs were developed based upon the position of the stars, position of the Zodiac, etc. Okay? So I have a couple of books in mind, but I'm also thinking about doing the Devil's Pulpit again. So why do the Devil's Pulpit again? Well, part of me thinks that I should. I don't really have a reason. It's just my intuition is telling me to do the Devil's Pulpit again. But I haven't decided. So, but I might. You all will remember that the Devil's Pulpit is the foremost authority on astrotheology. So what is astrotheology? Astrotheology is the worship of the stars. So all of you good Christians and good Hebrew Israelites, you're worshiping the stars without knowing it. Okay? That's exactly what you're doing. All right? So we may do that. Because in my mind, people need to think. Let me rephrase that. People should be aware of what they're doing. Now, I did the Devil's Pulpit maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago. I don't remember. I don't remember. But I started when I was in Mexico, right? So maybe it's been a year already. Maybe a year and a half. I don't really remember. But because the Devil's Pulpit is the foremost authority on astrotheology, it wouldn't hurt to do it again. Most of you will have a better idea of the topic since we've gone through the easier book, right? The Gospel and the Zodiac, The Secret Truth About J.C. the Christ Figure by Bill Darlington. See, we've gone through that, so now you have some background. So if we go through the Devil's Pulpit again, you may pick up a lot more things that you may have missed in the past when I did it, okay? I don't know anyone. I have never seen a complete lesson on the Devil's Pulpit. Y'all can check YouTube. I've seen 5-minute videos, 15-minute videos. I saw a 30-minute video. But I've never seen the entire book presented. To my knowledge, I'm the only one who's done it. And there's a good reason why it has not been done. Because most people cannot comprehend the reading. Okay, one, because it's very old English. That's probably the biggest reason. All right, the English is very old. And then the second is dealing with etymology. Many people don't understand etymology. Now, it's presenting the etymological meaning of Ancient Ibaryath words in biblical Hebrew or modern Hebrew pictographs or characters, which are letters. Okay, but there are concepts that you need to understand when you deal with etymology, okay? Also grammar, it deals with grammar rules. So a lot of people don't understand grammar rules, okay? So there's no complete lesson other than what I've done. So I may do it again. I haven't decided yet. But if I do it again, it'll take maybe 8 months to do, maybe 1 year. I don't know. It just depends on what my flow is on a particular topic, okay? Of course, we still have to do the book on natural law. I may do the Hermetic laws. I haven't decided. But it's easier, from my point of view, to teach the Hermetic laws in context of astrology or astrotheology. It's much easier. It'll be easier for you too. But you've got to be willing to learn, okay? If you're unwilling to learn, then of course, nobody can teach you. You should go someplace else. And then I'm also thinking about doing Gerald Macy's work. Okay, I think it's called Egypt, the Light of the World. But that's a 12-volume book. But it's worth going into, okay? Y'all will remember Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben reference that work all the time. All the time. So, one of the most important things for me right now, but my core service is Ancient Ibaryath. But in the Ancient Ibaryath, we have to deal with the astrotheology. There's no way around it. So that's one. But then two, the people's minds are totally destroyed. As we see in Deuteronomy, right? Deuteronomy 28 talks about we would be put into bondage until we are totally destroyed. So our mind has been destroyed. Our self-image and self-worth has been destroyed. Our heritage, our nationality has been destroyed. So where do we begin? Where do we begin to start our journey on the return back to following the Most High's commandments? Okay? So, the best way to get out of something is the same way you got in. So we got into this mess by following these external deities. That's written in the book of the law. Okay? So that's how we get in. So that's how we get out. We must destroy the belief in these external deities. And the way to do that is to show what they really are and how they came into being. In other words, we study astrotheology. The basis of astrotheology, the only way, let me repeat this, the only way to see the relationship between the stars and these deities that you are worshiping, especially in Christianity, is through etymology and grammar rules. Okay, so there's no way around it. So you have to go back into the Ancient Ibaryath. You have to deal with the etymological meaning of the words that have been translated, rather I should say mistranslated, and in many cases, deceitfully translated on purpose. Okay, y'all? So we're going to pull the skirt off of these religious beliefs and religious doctrines. How do we pull the skirt off of them? We show the etymology and we show the grammar rules. Okay? We show it in the original language. We can show it in the biblical Hebrew too. It's simple. I got the skill sets to do it. And it's not costing you anything but the time and the effort to sit down and listen. And hopefully you'll read something too. Okay, so we're going to pull the skirt off of religion. The only way to do it is through etymology. You must learn etymology, the etymology of Ancient Ibaryath. Some of y'all call it Paleo Hebrew. Okay? Others will call it Biblical Hebrew. And we'll study the grammar rules. The big thing with the grammar rules is that when you learn the grammar rules, you can see plainly. You can see plainly if you have the reading comprehension to understand what the author wrote. The author is Robert Taylor, the Reverend Robert Taylor. If you can understand the sentence that he wrote, you will understand that JC, the Christ figure, made his escape when it came time to be the man, to get up there on that cross and to give up the ghost. He bounced. And most likely it was Simon the Cyrenian who they hung up on the cross. Why is that so important? Because if JC wasn't on that cross, then that means JC never gave his blood as a propitiatory sacrifice, so that all people, depending on your doctrine, all people in the house of Yasha-Allah or all people in the world could be saved. In other words, there is no ransom. There is no ransom sacrifice for you. There's no ransom sacrifice for you. There's no reason for you to be involved in Christianity. The whole purpose of Christianity is for you to be through the blood, through the, as it were, precious blood of the Lamb who gave his life so that the rest of the world might live. He paid the ransom once for all time, so you could be forgiven of your sin. Okay, but if he bounced, and according to the grammar, according to the meaning of the text, the specific word, according to the grammar rules, he bounced. He made his way. He ran. He ran away. Left you stranded. Deceived you. And another man, an innocent man, who helped him. He let an innocent man get hung up on that cross. And then lied. Listen to the story. And then lied and said that he died and was resurrected. I'm just following the logic of the story. Now we know that this is just a story. It is not biographical in any way, but it's presented to you as being a biographical story or a real life story, but it is not. If it is, then JC himself committed fraud. Y'all see that? And we have another case again showing that the New Testament is a fraudulent contract. So any contract that involves fraud is void from the beginning, void ab initio, and it is unenforceable. Y'all see that? So what you scared for? Why are you scared? The contract is void. There was never a propitiatory sacrifice. JC ran away. He never died. He was never resurrected. So you have no hope. According to that story, right? He lied and said he was resurrected. That was his testimony, right? So we need to pull the skirt off of these beliefs and doctrines. And you can talk to your pastor, rabbi, imam, general, captain, officer, whatever the case, your elder, your Moshe, whatever they are. You can show them in the Devil's Pulpit. The link to the free PDF is in the description area of this video. You can show them page, number, and paragraph and say, answer this question. And see if they give you an honest answer. But be prepared to get kicked out of the church or the camp. Be prepared to get thrown out and ostracized. So you ask them, page number, paragraph, the exact word, the exact doctrine. Tell them to give you a meaningful or a detail or a complete explanation. Okay? And if they don't, well, then you should know what that means, right? You can ask 5 people. You can ask 10. Whatever your heart desires. Ask them to explain it to you. But if they tell you something like, well, you don't see it because you don't have the Holy Spirit, then you should know you need to run, get out of there. Okay? So we're in a battle for the minds of our people. Okay, for the mind of our people. So what hermetic laws are we dealing with? If you've been following me, you should know. Mental gender, specifically masculine mental gender, vibration. Remember, vibration is frequency. So if you have a low masculine energy, that means you don't even much know who you is, you don't know your nationality, you don't know your jurisdiction, your law language, you don't know nothing. You don't know your heritage, and you're not even trying to learn. Okay? So we have the 101 Ancient Ibaryath course. It's just $10 per month. You ain't even subscribed. You haven't even, it's $10. You probably smoke more than $10 worth of cigarettes in 3 days. So you have no respect. You're indifferent towards your own heritage. Okay, so let's say you don't want Ancient Ibaryath. Well, go study Latin. Or go study some language, some ancient language. But don't just sit there and expect to wear all the bark off the log. Okay? But the 101 Ancient Ibaryath class is there for you, almost free. But a lot of y'all are indifferent. You don't want to give up $10. You see yourself giving away $10. You don't see yourself gaining. You're focused on $10 leaving your pocket, instead of the knowledge of Ancient Ibaryath coming into your mind. But more than that, freeing your mind from these religious doctrines. Now, like I've said before, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm talking to most of y'all. If it hurts or if you are offended, then that means I'm talking to you, directly to you. Most of y'all are completely indifferent. All right? But when you subscribe to that class, you're going to see how etymology has been used to completely deceive you. All right? But don't take my word for it. But you're also going to see a lot of other stuff in that class. That class is a heavy-duty class. All right? You don't need to know any Hebrew. You don't even need to be good in English. You just get in where you are and go from start to finish, you keep doing it. Okay? And until you start building the skill set. But anyway, that's the way to get your mind back. Okay? You got to first see religion for what it is. You got to see it with your own eyes that you've been fooled. Okay? So that's the value of The Devil's Pulpit by Robert Taylor. It's called The Devil's Pulpit not because it's about the devil. No, it's called The Devil's Pulpit for the same reason y'all black people and African Americans call each other niggas. Okay? So the religious leaders began to call him a devil. The author, Robert Taylor. They branded him as a devil to scare people, to ostracize him, to alienate him. Okay? Y'all see it? So if all the respected people start calling you a devil, and then people who don't know you, they see you, and then people, oh, he a devil, don't talk to him. He's a devil. Reverend so-and-so. Okay, Grand Sheik so-and-so. Officer so-and-so said he a devil, don't talk to him. You see what I'm saying? You see the effect? Completely destroy your reputation, and people become afraid to talk to you. And therefore, when he went about, this is Robert Taylor, when he went about giving these sermons publicly, because he got a guilty conscience. At first, he was playing the game. He was in the inner house, and he was playing the game. He was getting over teaching all of these lies. But then his conscience started getting to him. And then he started telling the truth. Not just telling the truth, but showing the truth. Using etymology and philology and grammar. Okay, so linguistics, architecture, mythology, history, the whole 9 yards. In other words, he started exposing them. So to neutralize him, so that the religious leaders could keep their wealth, power, and position, they branded him a devil. And then had him locked up, I think twice. Okay, why lock him up? Well, one, they hoped he'd die in jail. And two, they wanted to create a cause in the minds of the public that would have the effect of making the people think that, yeah, he must be a devil because he went to prison, because he was in jail. Y'all see it? Or they're doing the same thing today. So the title of the book is The Devil's Pulpit because Robert Taylor, he decided to take what they had branded him, which is the devil, and attach it to the pulpit, which is what the churches use for the preacher to preach. What do they call it? The bully pulpit. Okay? So he said the devil's pulpit. So you go to the church, you see the pulpit, the preacher's there. Devil means what? Evil and dark. So take the D off of dark, Put it in front of evil, you get devil. You get deceiver. What is he saying? You go into the church, the man or the woman behind the pulpit is going to deceive you. Intentionally deceive you, lie to you. Y'all see that? The same way the black people and the African Americans, they use nigger. It was meant to be an insult, to belittle you, to denationalize you, to make other people afraid of you, to make other people want to hurt you or have no sympathy for you or empathy for you when you are done wrong, murdered in the street, cheated. Okay, but what did the blacks and the African Americans do? They took it and flipped it and made it a term of endearment, a term of brotherhood. So same concept. Okay, so you religious people, don't get it twisted. It's not an evil book. It's a book based on science that's presenting science. There's no religion or religious doctrine being presented or pushed in that book. But don't believe me, the link to the free PDF is in the description area of this video. All right? But there's a whole lot more in the Devil's Pulpit, which is why I might do the Devil's Pulpit. I haven't decided yet. All right, y'all? There's a link also to the Ruin of Nations. I'm thinking about also, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm thinking about also doing some Ancient Ibaryath, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I haven't gotten as much support as I want for my project to write the Book of the Law in modern English and Ancient Ibaryath. But thank you to everyone who has supported the project. If I had more support, I was thinking about regularly just writing the book online so y'all could see me do it. So y'all could see how it's done. But the support hasn't been there, so most likely I won't do that unless I get the support. Then there's another book that I have in mind. It's called something about Hermetic numbers. So I've got a couple books now on numbers. So chapter and verses, these are usually, they have some numerology, how do you say it? Numerology. Let me just say it like that. Numerology. Okay, so the Dark Priesthood has used numerology to mark certain concepts or facts. Okay? So I may do that. But I don't know if if YouTube is a good platform for that. Some people may get bored or not like it. But these are skills that we as a people need to learn. Okay? Because this is also part of our heritage. Not numerology like spiritism and worshiping the devil. In fact, there's no such thing as a devil. Pitchfork, right? Red, with horn. There's no such thing. Okay? There's no such thing as burning in hell. All right? So when we deal with numerology, we're talking about just the ancient characteristics of numbers and how they relate to each other that is no longer taught to us. I'll give you an example. So let's say a pictograph. Let's say for Ancient Ibaryath, let's say A. A has a symbolical meaning, right? And various other meanings. In English, we have the letter A. And the letter A has no meaning. It's just a letter A. Okay? So the same concept as that. The same concept as that. All right? So y'all can buy, if you're curious about this, buy a book on numbers or something like mathematics. And you can see all of these fascinating relationships that numbers have with each other, like the Fibonacci number or pi. All of these kinds of relationships, okay? All right. And so they're also in nature. That's their origin. Okay, so when I say numerology, I'm not talking about devils, demons, and gods, and religions, and spiritism. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about nature, natural phenomena. Numbers are a language. Okay? When we speak words, words are a language. We need to use words to describe numbers. Okay, so in the beginning was the Word. Right, y'all? And the Word was with God. Now, what they mean is Dios, Deus, Dios, Zeus, and all of that. Odin, Woden, Thoth. That's what they're talking about. But in nature, in the beginning, there was the Word. What is Word? Word is thought. What is thought? Mind. Thought is mind. Man is thought made manifest from the land. Okay? And man does not have a beginning. Y'all hear? Thought or mind has no beginning and it has no end. The universe is mind. So make the connections, okay? You must know who you are. You must know who you are, that you are eternal, that you are all law. If you are all law, you should be a master of what? All 7 Hermetic laws. You should know how to counterbalance one law against another to create the reality in your consciousness, your state of mind, your mood, and around you in the physical environment. Why? I, self, law, am master. Y'all see that? I, self, law, am master. Who is man? Man is all law. If you're all law, you are what? I, self, law, am master. Y'all see the connection? I, self, law, am master. Who is man? Man is thought. Thought is mind. Man is all law. There are 7 laws. And then there are many minor laws. So I, self, law, am master. That means I'm the master of all law. I am all law. Y'all got it? Clear? All law. So we have a lot of work to do, y'all. Long journey, but it should be a fun journey. Long journey, but a fun journey. Okay? So I will continue, regardless of what book I use, I will continue to show the astrology, the astrotheology. I'll show the Hermetic laws. These are the 7 major laws that govern everything. I'll continue to show the minor laws. Okay? I'll continue to show nature and nature's God. Per what? That's what we see in the Declaration of Independence. These are what? These are natural laws. So I'll still show the natural laws as they are expressed in the Constitution for the United States of North America and the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between the Al-Moroccan Empire and the United States for North America. All right, and other documents. I'll still incorporate and show the relationships between trust and estate, law, the whole 9 yards. Okay, diversity of citizenship, all of this, I'm going to show it all. I'll incorporate it all. Okay, so you'll see their origin in nature and how they are reflected or remixed into the abstract or into the Judeo-Christian legal system. The only thing I will not do is show you how to write paperwork. You got to go with somewhere else for that, okay? But I'll give you the understanding of the concepts, which will put you eons ahead of the game. Okay? Let me tell you, once you know who you are, and you know that without a doubt, without a contradiction, can't nobody tell you nothing. Right? Can't nobody tell me nothing. Okay, once you get to that point, with knowing who you are, scholars, which Hermetic law is that? If you said a mental gender, I would say correct. Specifically, which gender? If you said masculine mental gender, then you are absolutely right. Congratulations. Okay? Nationality. Okay? Jurisdiction. Okay, and who are you? I'm my mother's son. Right? Like my mother used to say, mama knows and daddy suppose. All right? So you know better that you're your mother's son than your father. Y'all know it's true. So you know you're my son. Okay? So who am I? I'm my mother's son. My son. That's what we used to call my mother, Ma. Okay? And y'all know in other countries, a lot of people say Ma, too. Okay? And then you can take that back how many generations? So who am I? I'm my mother's son. My mother is her mother's daughter or what? Son or man with the womb. Son, S-O-N, is S-U-N. Go check it in German and Dutch. Etymological meaning. So the sun, the disk in the sky that shines really brightly, the glory, the shine. Well, that's who you are. You're the light of the world. Y'all see that? Not just for your mother and father, but you are the light of the world. Why? Because you are all law. Because you are all law. You are all law. I, self, law, and master. I'm the light of the world. Y'all see it? The sun gives its light so that others may see and live. Without the sun, life on earth would end quickly. Okay? Hence we have let your light shine. So I'm the light of the world. I am all law. I, self, law, am master. What makes me the master of all law? My ability to counterbalance one law against the other, to create the state of mind that I want, the moods and emotions that I want, not being affected by the things happening around me. So no matter what you say or what you do to me, it's not going to change my mood. It's not going to change my emotional state. Y'all see that? Not going to change. Why? Because when I'm at this level, I'm in my higher self. I'm in my higher self. Higher self would be high vibrational, okay? High frequency, high vibrational, high frequency, in honor at all costs. See, you can insult me. You can do whatever you want. But if you put your hands on me, I'm going to execute natural law on you. And I'm still in honor. Y'all see it? You can insult me. You can do whatever. But I'm going to fight you civilly. and I will win. Y'all see that? How? Because you know your nationality. I'm talking to you who are in North America. You know that you are one of the people. You know that you are one of the posterity. You know that it was your ancient ancestors who ordained the Constitution for the United States of North America. It was your ancestors. The Continental Congress. Right? And you're the posterity. You're the heir. The rightful heir. Not an imposter, not a colonist, not a hybrid. You are the rightful heir. Okay? And our ancestors put diversity of citizenship clause in that Constitution, which is a trust document. Right? So when you deal with the colonists and the hybrids, you're dealing with them as a foreign national. Right? Diversity of citizenship, where you are the heir, you're the creditor, you're the master, and they are the debtor. So all debts that existed before that Constitution are still enforceable now. So the colonists, the paupers, the vagabonds, right, those who came from Europe, etc., they're debtors. Okay? You have to know who you are. You have to know how to use these documents and the natural law principles and concepts that undergird it. Y'all see what I'm saying to you? And then you enforce the treaty. Okay, I self-law and master. You use law to counterbalance law. You use higher laws to counterbalance lesser laws. Okay? So if someone insults me or tries to provoke me, and I'm in my higher self, I'm vibrating at a very high frequency. I'm the Christ, right? I'm the light of the world. Remember we talked about the lesser law of neutrality, or neutralization rather. When you're vibrating in the higher self, you're not affected by lower vibrational energy. These are religious doctrines, negative people, right? The swing, remember the law of rhythm? Okay? Most people are affected by mood swings every day. Right? Today you are in one mood, tomorrow you're in the next. Or even 5 minutes you're in the next. Today you feel afraid, tomorrow you feel courageous. Okay, the law of rhythm. Okay, that's going to be specific to you. When you're in your higher self, you're not affected by that. But what is that higher self? Scholars, the higher self is the masculine mental energy that doesn't change. Y'all see that? It does not change. Has no beginning, has no end. It is not becoming. It's not subject to being born, and it's not subject to dying. It's stable. I be. I exist. I am. Again, this is the Father. In the Trinity concept, I be, I exist, I am. This is the Father in the Trinity concept. This is the Tetragrammaton. You can correlate that with the root word. Some people are saying heya. I've heard people say heya, or some version like that. But the Hebrew, the Strong's number is 1961. Hebrews 1961. Y'all go look it up. This is I am. This is the great I am. Recorded in Exodus chapter 3. I am that I am. Okay? Or just I am, the root. All right? So that doesn't change. And this is the goal in life. The goal in life is to go from being born with a perfect self-image, no limitations, but then these limitations are imposed upon you through your family, community, the public school, school system, everything. Your self-image gets warped, distorted. You don't know your history, okay? You get fed all of these lies. So the goal in life is to correct all of that. Correct it. And get to the point where you are what? Perfectly reflecting or perfectly being the great I am. The light of the world who does not change. Y'all see it? But how do we get there? Through the collaboration of masculine mental energy with feminine mental energy. Feminine mental energy is your me. Your me. Okay? Your me. This one. Your fleshly body or the subconscious mind. Y'all got it? Which is being, I'm sorry, not being, but always becoming. So we are always becoming, right? A baby is becoming a toddler, right? Toddlers are becoming adolescents. Adolescents are becoming adults. Okay, we're becoming richer, we're becoming wealthier or poorer. We're always becoming. We're becoming happy, we're becoming sad. Okay, the law of rhythm. Okay, is always affecting us. And these changes are the result of masculine mental energy and feminine mental energy collaborating. Feminine mental energy can do nothing without the Father. The Father is the masculine mental energy. So therefore, the feminine mental energy is what, scholars? Do you remember? The feminine mental energy does the creating. Feminine means what? Man with the womb. So feminine mental energy, this is the Holy Spirit. Masculine mental energy, again, is the Father. Feminine mental energy in the body that's always becoming. See, if you're becoming, you're creating. You are manifesting. Okay, so who does the creating in the Trinity? Creation comes at what? The will of the Father, collaborating with the Holy Spirit, right? And then there's the Son of Man, or the Messiah, JC, the Christ figure. So you are the Son, as I just talked about. So there's your Trinity. And we see Trinities everywhere. But that's the Trinity associated with the Hermetic laws. Not the Trinity associated with astrology or astrotheology. Y'all see these relationships? So in the next book that we use, I'm going to continue to show all of this. Okay? So for example, the Republican form of government. This is what? State of mind, where you are the sovereign. Nobody has to tell you anything. So you're operating in your higher self. When you're in your higher self, what are you? That's the masculine mental energy. Never changes. Right? No beginning, no end. Y'all see it? Higher self. So when you're in your higher self and you're in the Republican form of government, you're going to act in honor and stay in honor and think in honor at all times and at all costs. This is what is required for a Republican form of government, where every man is a sovereign or a king unto himself, who respects the boundaries of others. Y'all see it? See the relationships? So the Republican form of government, you're in your higher self, so that's the Christ. You are the Christ operating in a Republican form of government. Self-governing. Nobody has to tell you nothing. Right? You will do what JC the Christ figure did in every situation. The Republican form of government. Now, when you have representatives who are representing you, and they, let's say in government, like Congress and Senate and all of that, right? When they begin to do what? When they violate the law, violate you, what happens? Well, the power reverts back to you. The power reverts back to the people. Who are the people? Go back to the preamble. The people are the natural heirs. So now you enforce the executive power, the judicial power, and the legislative power. You write the judgments. You write the writ of errors, habeas corpus. Because the power has reverted back to you. Everybody see how this works? So I'm going to continue to show the relationships, the synergies, and where these concepts in law have their origin in nature. Both cosmically, in terms of the star, or celestially, in terms of the stars, astrotheologically, in terms of religion, and then nature's God and nature's law, the Hermetic laws and the lesser laws, and how we can master or show ourselves to be masters by counterbalancing the laws against one another. Okay, one day I might do a video just on that topic. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for y'all. All right. So we're almost 1 hour into it. Let me see what else. If y'all have some requests, put it in the description area. I mean, put it in the comment section rather. If you have a preference between the books that I have discussed earlier, put it in the comment section so I can look at it and give it some consideration. Okay? And I'm going to change YouTube channels. I'll continue to stream from this channel, but because it's extremely shadow banned, I got to start a new channel. Okay? I may use Dr. Yasapa TV. If y'all haven't subscribed to Dr. Yasapa TV, go ahead and subscribe to Dr. Yasapa TV. Some of y'all may have followed me on Facebook, but Facebook closed my account about a week ago. A week or two ago, they closed my account again. So, but that's okay. But I'll update y'all, all right, about what I'm going to do in terms of broadcasting, doing these live streams on YouTube. I might do live. I might go live from other platforms. It may not be YouTube, okay. And I'm gonna set up a Patreon page, okay. But I'll update y'all on how I'm gonna do this. But I need to make some changes, okay. And I would appreciate. First, let me say this. Thank you for those of you who are sharing and liking the videos. I do appreciate that. Okay? But those of you who have not, you come in here, you eat my food, you do everything, and then you don't even say thank you. You don't like the video, you don't share the video. A lot of y'all go talk to your friends, teach your students, teach your congregations, and you don't even mention Zion Law School YouTube channel. Let me just say this. Do right by me, all right? Y'all like and share my videos. Help me get this message out. Don't be stingy or selfish with the knowledge that you're learning here, all right? It's not about me, and it's also not about you. It's about getting this information out so our people can return to the Most High, which means return to nature, which means keep the commandments. All right? So, Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, what do we learn? We are told to honor our ancient foremothers and forefathers so that it may go well with us in the land that the Most High is giving us. So that's already a trust, and it's already telling you that you have an estate. So this is law. It's not religion, y'all. It's law. It's the book of the law. It's not the book of religion. In fact, Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8 tells you that the book of the law has been changed. Lies have been put into it. And that it's been made into a religion. This is why I'm doing the project to rewrite the book of the law in Ancient Ibaryath and modern English, showing the etymological meaning of every word, putting all of the astrology, all of the Hermetic laws, all of these things back into it, and removing the deceit, and inviting others to write their opinion of a word or a verse in the footnotes. Okay, I think that has value. All right, y'all see it? Y'all see it? So the book of the law is the foundation of the rest of the Bible. The prophets and the New Testaments. Also, what? Judaism and Islam. So all you need to do is get that right. You need to get the book of the law right. Go back to law. Get rid of the religion. Okay? Then you understand that you're dealing with science. Y'all know science is nothing more than the observation of nature. And then you coming up with ideas that they call theories about how it works. That's it. Science is describing nature. That's all. And if you don't have enough sense, let me rephrase that. Some of you are in your mid to late 20s, early 30s, late 30s. You don't have a lot of experience in life yet. So you may not know these things. But by the time you get in your 40s, okay, you done heard the song 100 times. Get in your 50s, you've heard that song 100 times. You know patterns. You see patterns and you can recognize patterns. Pattern recognition, right? So there are some things that are inexcusable as you become older, right? You get older and wiser, not older and more cowardly, not older and more scared. It's not supposed to be that way. Okay? Science simply describes, and people give their opinion. So y'all who are older, you should know from experience that these people who are in power, political power, economic power, academic power, you should already know that they're writing lies. They're giving you theories or elements of theories that are straight up lies. In other words, it's their masculine mental energy, okay, their will, their I, that they're imposing on you, masquerading or camouflaged as science. All right? In other words, they're hitting you with causes. They're hitting you with causes to make you believe. That's the effect. They want to make you believe and change your behavior to do and be what they want you to do and be or have. Okay? This is why all of you blacks, you African Americans, Indians, all of these brands that foreigners have made. What's the other ones, y'all? All of these bywords, Deuteronomy 28. All of these bywords. Okay? That's their I, their masculine I. Okay? Creating or collaborating with your feminine energy, feminine mental energy to manifest who you are. Because that's not you. The real you, remember, is your masculine mental energy that does not change, that is honorable, that is the Christ. Okay, but now a lot of y'all act like niggas, and are niggas, and are blacks, and are Latino and African American, and you name the other byword, that's what y'all are. And you think it's you, but it's not. So don't ever be fooled to think that just because something is said to be science, that it is real science. Okay? Quite often it's religion. And it's genocidal. Just like when y'all took the jab, the baby, right? A friend of mine in the Philippines told me a story about her boyfriend's father. He took it, right? Took that jab. He was healthy before it. Now he has cirrhosis everywhere. Well, psoriasis rather, not cirrhosis. Psoriasis everywhere. Everywhere. His whole body. His immune system has been compromised. Can y'all imagine that? Psoriasis everywhere. His skin is cracking everywhere, getting infected. He can't afford the medicine. And the medicine don't work completely. It just gives him a little relief. But that's not it. My friend told me that most of the doctors that he went to said that they didn't know what it was. They had to run lab tests, and they ran all kind of lab tests, right? Cost him a ton of money. And they told him they don't know what it is. He had one doctor that he went to see who told him the truth. And the truth is this. That doctor said, this is psoriasis, and I know what it is. He did all the lab tests. He said, I have many other patients who took the jab, and they got the same problem as you. But none of the other doctors would tell him that. You think he's the only doctor who has all those patients who has the same problem all of a sudden after they took the baby? They all got the same illness? Come on. You think it's just one doctor that has all these patients like that? No. They're just afraid. They're afraid to lose their license, one. But they're afraid of what their patients might do to them if they ever find out that that doctor told them, advised them to take the baby. Wherever they give it, right here. Take the baby. And it's the best thing for you. Okay, y'all? If those patients ever find out what those doctors did to them, what y'all think 1, 2, or 3 of those people those patients who were healthy, enjoying life before they took the baby, enjoying their lives, now they're barely living. and suffering. What do you think they might do when they find out that that doctor lied to them? Huh? What do you think he's going to do? Maybe not all will do it, but you might get a couple. You think they're not afraid? Think they're not afraid? I tell y'all what they're hoping. They're hoping, I'm sure they're hoping that those patients will expire, croak, before they find out. Because if they find out, guess what? That doctor can't go outside and be comfortable anymore. He's going to be looking over his shoulder. Y'all see my point? Because somebody might want revenge. Or let me not say revenge, they may want justice. Not only are they sick, compromised immune system, but they are suffering. Not just emotionally and physically, but what? Financially suffering now. Spending all their money on doctor bills and medicine. Searching for relief. Y'all see the point? But anyway, I'll be back within 12 to 24 hours. Again, put it in the comment section if y'all want me to deal with a certain book or a certain topic. And I'm going to leave it at that. Islam to all the Moors and Shalom. And make sure y'all support. My PayPal is paypal.me/Zion Law School. My Cash App is no longer active. Don't send to Cash App. PayPal.me/Zion Law School. Support the Book of the Law project, which is to write the Book of the Law in modern English and Ancient Ibaryath, and to restore nature and to remove all of the deceit and the lies. Okay? Subscribe to the one-on-one Ancient Ibaryath course. Come see me every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That class is 506, the Curses course. You can come a couple times for free. You don't have to pay anything. You can only learn, and I guarantee you, you will learn a lot. So y'all can come to that for free. And then I have links to many of the Ancient Ibaryath books that I have written. There's one book, one of my favorite books, is Animals in the Bible. Y'all should take a look at that book for yourself and for your heirs. Okay? Also your kinfolk. If you're a visual learner, this is perfect for you. All right? It has all the animals. Well, not all, but it has many of them, but it has all of their names, at least that I know of. Okay? It has a lot of pictures. Beautiful 4-color pictures. Islam to all the Moors and Shalom.